This is a Mendix application developed in low code that allows a quality inspector to execute a control or test plan on the shop floor. In this case, a solar-powered buggy manufacturer. With this application, you can create quality plans in the app itself or download them from Teamcenter Quality, Polarian, or any other source. We will use the eSolar Buggy Control Plan to inspect a new buggy item type. As with every proper control plan, quality gates are a critical element to indicate the stage of the item to be inspected. Let's take a closer look at an actual quality inspection checklist and zoom into an example of one of the many tasks that need to be executed in order to finish the inspection. This task is a front suspension inspection, which is a visual check using a reference picture and failure codes. Alternatively, this task could have been a variable characteristic inspection with a nominal value and associated upper and lower limits, or it could have been an OK, not OK type test. An inspection task has the configuration option to be skipped or be marked as mandatory. In addition, each task is also assigned to a specific workplace and work area as well as the appropriate quality gate. As we are logged in as Quality Manager, the app will also provide us with a dashboard showing some key trends and charts related to the various types of products that have been inspected to date. Let's switch to the inspector, who uses a tablet to execute the next set of inspections on the production floor. As the inspector logs on, a dashboard will show what inspections are lined up to be executed today, which ones have started, and those marked as complete. We'll go through the app's capabilities by starting a new inspection for the hybrid model for which 3 buggies identified to be inspected at the final quality gate. There are 4 tasks lined up, starting with an inspection of the vehicle's software module. The inspector is instructed to start the pilot drive system by pressing the Start button and observing the dashboard screen for a welcome message. Next is an oil level check. This test could be skipped, but the inspector uses the slider to indicate the actual value. The third task is a visual check of the front suspension. At any time, the inspector can look at the available documentation, from instruction manuals to photos to a complete 3D model, all brought together by Mendix to the inspector's fingertips. The app is giving the inspector a unique opportunity to mark on the reference image where damage is observed, in addition to capturing specific defect codes. A final task to tighten the wheel nuts completes the checklist. The inspector now finalizes the inspection, which allows Mendix to execute any additional workflows processing the newly captured inspection data. To show you the power of the Mendix enterprise-wide workflow automation capabilities, let's take a closer look at how this visual language allows you to solve business problems that involve processes. In this particular case, we use the Mendix workflow to automate the processes of monitoring failed visual suspension inspection trends. Reaching a 75% failure rate triggers a user task where the system will ask the inspector to review all other visual inspections and make a recommendation on next steps. The inspector can mark the task as passed and have Mendix update the quality record or failed and ask the quality manager to do a second review and make a final decision to have Mendix send an escalation package to the engineering and procurement teams or not. These workflows are obviously not hardwired. The low-code platform will allow you, in a controlled way, to adapt any workflow by adding additional conditions and actions using a visual drag-and-drop approach. Let's go ahead and have the inspector go through that first workflow task, the initial escalation. Reviewing all previous failure images pulled in by the Mendix app, the inspector decides to escalate a second review of the case by the quality manager. The quality manager, after receiving a notification, can now review the inbox of open tasks, review the case, and make the final decision to have an escalation package sent to the engineers and procurement. With this short demo, we have shown you how this low-code application provides key capabilities to execute quality inspection plans, providing a unique user experience on tablet and traditional desktops, allowing the organization to stay in full compliance and gather valuable analytics to be used on configurable workflows to execute intelligent automation of key processes that unlock your ultimate quality potential, using a single application developed in low code with Mendix.
We log in as a quality inspector, and we are going to start a new inspection. We need to select an item, in this case, a buggy. We will select a model type, and we will also select the gate that is required. This is the type of inspection we are going to carry out. Here we see an overview of the checklist items. We are now going to execute the inspection. We answer all the test criteria questions, which will give each test a pass or fail, depending on the answer given or the allowable tolerance levels. After completing these, we can now finish the inspection. In the current version, the Finish Inspection button will close the inspection and sets the status to finished. There is a new requirement to sign off each inspection with a signature before finishing the inspection. In this demo, we will show you how easy it is to add this new functionality. Let's open Mendix Studio Pro, and using Ctrl+F, we can search for the caption Finish Inspection, which is used on the button. You can also access this search functionality via the top bar menu by clicking on Edit and Find. Now we open the matching result. We can right-click on the Finish Inspection button and select Go to Microflow. Now delete the existing microflow activity. We can add a new activity and select the type of action as Show Page. Now select the object to pass. In this case, it requires the parameter inspection, and press Select to find a page to show. In this case, we'll click New to create a new page. We'll add the page name, inspection_sign to finish. Set the navigation layout to the pop-up layout and select Form Columns, and now click OK. Now, when the button is clicked, the activity will run and show the new page. If we right-click on the activity and select Go to Page, we can now edit the new page. First, delete all the automatically generated fields and keep the Save and Cancel buttons. We'll now add the snippets Add Signature and Inspection_Capture Signature by searching in the App Explorer. Both are reusable components that we can drag into our data view. Now we have both snippets added to the page, we are almost finished. We are now going to set up the Save button by double-clicking the button and selecting an on-click event. We want to call a microflow. Select the checklist execution model and select New to create a new microflow. Set the desired name to inspection_save and press OK. And then press OK again. Now right-click on the button and select Go to Microflow to edit the newly added microflow. Again, we can reuse a microflow by making use of the search on the left side. Search for Finish Inspection and drag the inspection_finish inspection microflow into the newly added microflow. Now double-click to edit the parameter value and type $, and then select inspection from the list and click OK. The last step is to set up the security and add the allowed user roles that can access this button. In the Properties panel on the right side, we select Quality Inspector and Quality Manager as allowed roles. This gives those users access to this microflow. We can now run our application and click Save and Continue to start off the process that builds our new app deployment. Once built and deployed, we can view the results by clicking View App. Let's sign in as the Quality Inspector and start a new inspection. As before, we'll select a model and a gate before executing the inspection. We'll answer the test questions and then click on Finish Inspection. Now we are prompted to sign off the inspection with our new signature functionality.